Greetings and salutations, Geo nerds. This video, we're going to have a look at Mount Warning, as Captain Cook called it, or Wollumbin, as it's been known for quite some time longer. But anyway, it's an amazing piece of geology, one of the largest eroded calderas in the world, and it's right on our doorstep. So you know what I'm going to say. Let's rock! Here we're over New Farm, about to whiz over the Story Bridge and through the city. Something special today. I've been talking to Jeff Tracy. He's got something special lined up for us right now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's the way to get out of Brisbane. And of course we got to go up here because we got to look at this volcano. It's not that far away, but we'll whiz up to about 100 kilometres. We'll halt here for a while, have a bit of a look at it. So you can see the caldera, the outer ring, then you can see the lump in the middle, which is of course Mount Warning. And we're going to pull back a little further. This is the height of the International Space Station. We can do something they can't do. We're going to stay still. You can see this is a massive, massive volcano. Let's go down in the middle and have a look. You can see, unfortunately, the 3D in this Google is not a particularly accurate rendition of the actual summit of the mountain, but you can see the structure around it. This is all volcanism. This has been punched up through sandstone, and we'll have a look at the geology. There's a bunch of different rocks here, and there's a good reason they're here. There we go. Beautiful. Look at the caldera ring there. It's just gorgeous. I wouldn't want to have been within 10,000 miles of this when it was going off, and I mean it. Let's pull back into space, because where's it gone? Where's Mount Warning gone? Oh, look at that big fan out in the continental shelf. I think that's Mount Warning. This thing was 2 kilometres high. Anyway, let's get on with it. Well, folks, here's a closer look at the back of Mount Warning. That dark rock you can see is syenite, not to be confused with cyanide. Very different things. This is a very hard, intrusive volcanic rock. It makes up a great deal of this complex, but not all of it. The pointy bit you can see is trachyandesite. So here we go. It's another shot of it. You can see that big, massive cyanide at the back there. Most of the complex is that, but the front bit that points up, the bit you would climb, we'll get more of that later, is trachyandesite. It's a different rock. And here it is here. Quite a nice shot. This is a seriously steep mountain. As I said, that 3D doesn't really do it justice in the intro. It's a very big complex. It's huge. Contains quite a lot of different rock types, both igneous, metamorphic and volcanic rocks. So here's an artist's impression of the Mount Warning volcano. It actually makes it a little easier to understand. Seriously big bit of gear. So Mount Warning was 2 kilometres high. 2 kilometres high, which it is not anymore. And that's the whole volcanic complex. Where did it go? Well, it's eroded away. Here it is here, sitting on the floor of the Pacific Ocean. And it's affected the continental shelf, because this is a lot of rock. I mean, those northern rivers have been punching out stuff for a long time as well, but this particular one is big. So here's a geological map of the area. You can see this green is all basalt, but the middle of this caldera complex is not basalt, because this actually hardened under the ground. This is a New South Wales map. Oh, not too good on that, because I don't know how to use their software. So here's a pretty good drawing of the area. You can see Mount Nullum is the youngest granite in Australia. It really is. It's amazing stuff. And here's a close-up of the Mount Warning complex itself. So there's little crosses. That's the syenite, and the Mount Warning bit there, that's the trachyandesite. This is what trachyandesite looks like. It's a darkish, very hard rock, very fine-grained, And there's a bit of video of some guy climbing it. It gets quite slippery when it's wet, covered in lichen. Also changes colour when it oxidises in the air, so of course it's a little darker than it would look if you smacked it with a hammer. Well folks, to lighten up a bit, this is Mount Warning taken from a place called Dum Dum. I'm not kidding. It's near a place called Yuki, which is Japanese for snow. Don't know how that works. Anyway, climbing Mount Warning. Well, short answer is you can't. You can't use the track anyway. Here's the track. It's a seriously steep track. This is not for people that aren't particularly ambulant. You know, it's not a rock climbing track. People have been hurt on this. People have been killed on it. So, you know, it's a serious climb. But they've closed, and they closed it because some of the local indigenous people said, we don't find you climbing this mountain acceptable. It's against our cultures and traditions. And the National Parks and Wildlife, they've been saying that for years, by the way. They closed it a couple of years ago, and the track is in terrible condition. They have not been maintaining it. So, you know, there's a bit of this. But, you know, you're okay, because I found another place you can go climbing. It's sandstone, it's not too high, it's in a public park, and it's maintained by public money, so everyone should be able to climb it. It is in Melbourne, but it's probably worth doing because, of course, here it is. The Shrine of Remembrance. We should be, oh no, that would be culturally inappropriate to climb that shrine. As a matter of fact, I'm a veteran, and I'd cut your rope if I found you climbing it. So yeah, look, you've got to have a bit of empathy here, and this is what we've done to it. This is Mount Warning. This is the Mount Warning track. On a good day. On a good day. I find this inappropriate. This is Mount Warning on a bad day, by the way. It's too good a photo not to use. You would not want to be on that mountain when that happened. That is for sure. Hey folks, that's Mount Warning. I have never wanted to climb Mount Warning, so it doesn't really bother me. I did want to climb Mount Fuji, and I have had a go at it, but I got to a certain height, and the guy I was with got sick. We had to come back. That's my excuse. But I don't do it anymore now because there's 200,000 people, and it's not special anymore. Yeah, everyone's doing it. I don't do it. I'll do something else. We'll climb something else. But it won't be the Shrine of Remembrance. Keep rocking. T-Rock's out.